There's money to be made in helping people. And let me just go ahead and promise you, what you see us doing under these houses and what you've been seeing us doing for all these years, we're helping people. And contrary to how you may feel and what you may believe, I don't give a shit about your opinion. All I care about is results. And that's what we aim to give. And that's all we create right here at Tennessee Technicians. And you can take that to the bank. And whenever I go to the bank, I like making deposits. I like making savings. And that's what you're going to do here at Tennessee Technicians. You're making an investment in the longevity of your home. And if you want to waste money, if you want to go to a casino and throw it all away, just call you up on them half-ass companies and get you a half-ass job. Call up Joe, like I like to say, who's out here right now. It's already Friday morning. He's terrified he ain't going to get him enough beer money to get him through the weekend. So you can get Joe. He can come under here and do for you what Tanner does. They can do what they do at Tennessee Technicians. It probably won't cost you about $3,500. You're going to get you a real good job, too. I love it. I love it for any of you that doubt me in any shape, form, or fashion. I love it when you find out the hard way. Let me know how much money you've wasted. It doesn't matter if Tanner Flowers gets another one of these jobs in his entire life. So you better take that into account, and you better take that into consideration before you choose to dial that 423-503-0512, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't care to work with nobody but cool people. And if you ain't cool, you already know you're an asshole, you already know you're a prick to deal with, you can call somebody else, because I don't care what kind of work gets done under your house. Do you hear me? What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Crawl Space Show. My name is Tanner Flowers, and just like I've been doing for the past 13 plus years, I am getting ready to bring you guys along each and every step of the way and show you guys a brand new crawl space encapsulation project that we just wrapped up for my buddy Ian right here in Ottawa. But before I get inside that crawl space, I want each and every single person watching to look how uphill this road is running up behind me, as well as all of the land that is running uphill this way. And all of that water coming from those areas has been barreling its way right down here towards my buddy Ian's house for the past like 15 plus years since this house has been built. Now, we first did a project over here more than 10 years ago, and I made Ian aware of the moisture problems that were lurking inside of his crawl space. And now here we are 10 plus years later, and the last time you see me right here in this driveway was 2 or 3 videos ago, where Hector and I were just wrapping up the drainage portion of this project. Now, to a lot of people out there watching, maybe even yourself, you may say, well, once you finish up one of those extensive drainage projects where we go inside that crawl space and hand dig a full inside perimeter French drain line and then insert a basin where our sump pump will capture that water and send it all the way out here in the yard to our pop-up emitter where that water will then flow away from the home. And let me just go ahead and tell you, no, that does not solve moisture problems inside your crawl space. All of that stuff, and if you haven't seen that video, I would encourage each of you to watch it right now. Let me see if I can get fancy enough to insert a link up here somewhere. Boom. There you go. Okay, guys, watch that if you haven't done so, because all of that work, and God almighty, it was some work, let me just go ahead and tell you, that is just to get rid of the visible standing water. What you can see. What you can't see, all those high humidity levels that we don't even know are happening underneath here. That's what's causing so much havoc, and you can't address any of that. You can't begin doing any of our crawl space encapsulation work until you have gained control of the problematic drainage water situation. And before I go back here and open this brand new crawl space door up, which by the way, that is a brand new crawl space entry door that Hector just finished up yesterday. Great job on the door, Hector. It looks fantastic. I want all of you watching, maybe you've already seen them, maybe you haven't, but if you haven't seen them, there is no chance that you're going to fully appreciate the quality of work that you're getting ready to see without seeing what this thing looked like before we began working on it just a handful of weeks ago. And it had been about 10 years since I had stepped inside this crawl space. We had done some wildlife exclusion work here at this home, and when I got inside here, I remembered it being wet, but I didn't remember this freaking creek running right here before me. God almighty. And just look at all of the falling down insulation. Guys, when we're going out here and we're looking at these jobs, That's like the biggest, oh no, man. We got to pull insulation. I mean, guys, that's the worst. Go home itching like crazy, and then you get up here on the front side of this house, find out it's so low, you can't even wedge underneath the front duct line. You got to back all the way up, go underneath it. You got a big footer stepping out here with a creek running down beside it. I mean, we really had our work cut out for us. It made me stay up at night, guys, thinking about all the work that we had ahead of us. But once we got started, Hector and I knocked things out just like we always do, and you aren't going to believe these final results. And I hope you can remember what each and every single one of those disastrous images look like, because I'm getting ready to open that door open right now, and I hope you're sitting down, because if you ain't, you already know it's getting ready to sweep you off your feet, baby. When Hector and I were going over this door build, because it was a taller door, we like to put two latches, one up here on top, one down here on bottom. And if you guys have been following along with us for any amount of time at all, you already know on any of our crawl space encapsulation projects, you just reach right overhead, flip that light switch, and baby, you got lights throughout your entire project. Looks like we've got a note here. Stop, no shoes, please. Attention, El Numero Uno, Hector Diaz and Company. I got your note, Hector, and don't worry, brother. I will kick these shoes off. And guys, just think about it. You seen those before images? You seen all that footage? You seen that creek running through there? This is going from a place with a creek running through it to a place that you don't step inside unless you take your shoes off. And if you're not familiar with us and the work that we do here at Tennessee Technicians and the work that we've been doing now for nearly 15 years, you might be thinking to yourself, wonder what kind of crawl space a man's got to have before he makes people kick their friggin' shoes off in order to get inside of it? And the answer is a crawl space that looks like this right here, by God. Look at that sucker. Can you freaking believe that, baby? I know you can, but guess what? That's what we do. And from whenever you step inside that small room right there at the entry until you go all the way across it, just like we're getting ready to do, from corner to freaking corner, guys, it is nothing but absolute sheer perfection, just like you're used to seeing each and every single time you choose to click play on one of these Tanner Flowers project videos. And just take a quick note, everyone, overhead, we have not went ahead and installed our R19 poly encapsulated floor insulation just yet, because the product is still on back order from the manufacturer. We are being told it is a specialty item and that they are currently behind on normal craft face insulation. But as soon as production continues, we will be getting our insulation in, and these floors will be insulated with our R19 poly encapsulated floor insulation that you are used to seeing on most of our crawl space encapsulation projects here at Tennessee Technicians. So many strategical moves have gone into play here, guys. Take note of all the ground level that you see here that Hector and I worked so hard on leveling out the other day. Look at how all of that is higher than the ground level down here inside of our French drain line. So that all the water, that if it was to ever get inside this crawl space anywhere, it is going to be down inside of our French drain line instead of being able to puddle up here on top of the ground level anywhere and become a problem on top of our poly. I was a little nervous about all of this area right here to my left, guys, the whole time, all the way from the initial inspection to whenever we were under here doing all that drainage work. But right now, looking back across through here, look at the results that we end up pulling off, and even the most treacherous of situations, guys. People couldn't pull off work like what you're seeing right here inside the best situations that you could have ever worked in, like the smoothest, most level crawl space with the softest dirt, no water problems. They couldn't do this right here. We do this right here in the hardest, most difficult situations that get presented to us that nobody else could even fathom taking care of and couldn't replicate if their life depended on it. And I hate it for the person out there listening that thinks I'm saying any of this just for show, thinks I'm trying to say any of this just to get a job. Let me tell each and every single person listening a little secret. It doesn't matter if Tanner Flowers gets another one of these jobs in his entire life. So you better take that into account, and you better take that into consideration before you choose to dial that 423-503-0512, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't care to work with nobody but cool people. And if you ain't cool, you already know you're an asshole, you already know you're a prick to deal with. You can call somebody else, because I don't care what kind of work gets done under your house. Do you hear me? Just like I don't give a crap about any of you that disagree with that right there being put on these jobs. This is our exhaust that you will see on all of our crawl space encapsulation projects. And if you replicate what we do and you seal your walls to the top and edge them out with a freaking razor blade like you're getting ready to paint a show car in the world of wheels, and you think you're going to do all this with this 20 mil poly, and you think you ain't going to leave a single seam anywhere in this crawl space, and you think you don't need them exhaust fans, go ahead and do that for one of your customers and let me know in a private message how long it takes that customer to call you bitching about what inside that house is smelling like because they ain't got no exhaust under their house. Do whatever you like, dummy. And just like every single day of my life, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or just on the telephone or email from the website, from every single state across the country, the answer is no. Hell no. I don't know a soul that can replicate what you see us doing in these crawl spaces. And you know you can't find it neither, or you wouldn't be reaching out to me. And guess who else knows that? This old boy right here. So for all you companies that think your customers and your local markets ain't looking for what we offer, you're wrong. And I can help you, I could train you, I could come out there and work with you for 4 or 5 days, whatever it takes, guys. There's money to be made in helping people. And let me just go ahead and promise you, what you see us doing under these houses and what you've been seeing us doing for all these years, we're helping people. And contrary to how you may feel and what you may believe, I don't give a shit about your opinion. All I care about is results. And that's what we aim to give, and that's all we create right here at Tennessee Technicians, and you can take that to the bank. And whenever I go to the bank, I like making deposits. I like making savings. And that's what you're going to do here at Tennessee Technicians. You're making an investment in the longevity of your home. And if you want to waste money, if you want to go to a casino and throw it all away, just call you up on them half-ass companies and get you a half-ass job. Call up Joe, like I like to say, who's out here right now. It's already Friday morning. He's terrified he ain't going to get him enough beer money to get him through the weekend. So you can get Joe. He can come under here and do for you what Tanner does. They can do what they do at Tennessee Technicians. It probably won't cost you about $3,500. You're going to get you a real good job, too. That is such complete ignorance, guys. You think I can fit under here? Let's see. Because you couldn't even pay, not even one of my material bills from my suppliers for $3,500, and that was on a drainage project, keep in mind. So I love it. I love it for any of you that doubt me in any shape, form, or fashion. I love it when you find out the hard way. Let me know how much money you've wasted. You see, when this old boy that you're listening to right now takes you money, when I make a commitment to you, I ain't out just to make you happy. I ain't out just to make you satisfied. My goal is to not only over-deliver, my goal is to make you tell all your friends, buddies, and family, can you believe what him and his crew did underneath my house? If you're already in the no-no, then you already know you'd be lucky to find someone to come up inside the actual living quarters of your house and pull off the quality of work that you see us pulling off underneath the house that they ain't nobody going to see unless they click on this video link, or unless you're so proud you want to bring them under here and show them yourself, which I don't blame you not one bit. I'd stay the night under here whenever my wife got mad at me if it was me. And I don't believe I'm going to be volunteering to get myself stuck under there again like I did last time. Right up there is number 3 of 4 of our humidistat fans that we did install on this project. And as you're looking up through there, focus your attention at the tops of the walls, at the tops of the piers. Look at that step out from that footer right there. And look at the quality and perfection that you will see continuing all the way around the full perimeter of this crawl space. And you may not be the type of person that even cares about quality. I know there's a shit ton of you out there that don't care nothing about what your project looks like. You just want somebody to tell you that they did something and you want to write them a check and that makes you happy. Well, that eliminates me and you from working together right there real quick, don't it? Because see, my goal is to talk to as few of you as possible. I do not answer my phone. I won't answer it whenever you call. It can be a local 423 number. It can be an out of area number. I don't care what it is. I ain't answering. I want you to hear that obnoxious voicemail that I got. And then if you can make it through that voicemail and you actually leave me a voicemail, you're probably going to go ahead and send me a text too, because you probably already know I'm weeding them out, baby. I don't care how many of them people I eliminate. I'm doing it all on purpose. If I eliminate you, get out of here. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to find the people that understand what we bring to the table. I'm looking for the people that appreciate quality, that are looking for quality, that are looking to protect their home. I'm looking for people that appreciate us. And if that's you, you can have us. And we'll over-deliver on all expectations, just like you know we're going to, just like you see in every single one of these videos that I put out, which is pretty much every single job we commit to doing right here at Tennessee Technicians. Right here in front of us is our big Santa Fe advanced dehumidifier system. Notice, guys, if this was a clock and right down here at the bottom was 6 o'clock, I always like to set that dial right there between like 7 and 7:30. Always set your switch right there to auto. Right here on the sides are your magnetic strips that you have to pull off in order to change that filter that you see inside there. And that filter does need to be changed at least once every 6 months. Humidity levels already down to 46% inside here. That water is coming out of the dehumidifier system and going down inside this condensate pump right here, as you just seen. And as this basin fills up, it will trip a float switch, and that will send the water up, over, and down into our sump pump basin, which we can't see from right here where I'm sitting. 47%. The humidifier ain't even been running 24 hours yet. Can you believe what was once a creek that you can nearly cast a fishing line out into is now down to 47% humidity? Whenever I was knocking on the door up here at the house a while ago, telling Ian I was here, he told me that the moisture level inside the house had already dropped nearly 10% from everything that they had been used to seeing before we began any of this work. And I really haven't mentioned it much inside this video yet because I covered it so much in depth inside the last video, but the entire inside perimeter French drain line, that is all leading right here to our basin point, which down inside here is our sump pump. That comes up into a check valve that goes out, and once again, if you've seen the last video, you know exactly what it does. And there is our last humidistat fan on this project. Let me go ahead and kill the lights for Ian. All right, lights are out. Latches are now latched. And if you guys will remember, the whole time we've been working on this project, you've been seeing this big ramp right here. That's where my buddy Ian used to have this awesome English bulldog who's now passed away. And if you can see all that's been demoed right there, that's because Hector and his crew, they're at Lowe's right now picking up the materials order. They're getting ready to build, coming out with a whole brand new deck right here. Some of you guys know, some of that's a secret to some of you, but check the timeline, baby. We build the best decks money can buy if you can get me to commit to taking that project on. Remember, you better be cool if you're going to call and talk to me. I got to go in here and give Ian his monitor, guys. I appreciate you tuning in to another episode. Hopefully it's been informative. Hopefully if you're a homeowner battling these situations, you're now more prepared in order to deal with those situations and hopefully not allow some crook to come over there and yank unnecessary money out of your pocket. Guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to each and every single one of you inside that next project video.